is a day for my ramblings. Welcome back to hear the ramblings of life and the teachings, the goings, and how the life is. So I'm I'm gonna talk about self-control because it seems like the world we're living in right now, it's becoming more and more less, not even more, less and less used. Yes, a little bit of examples. Um, we're finding men being shameless in public, also women being shameless in public. Uh, from my experience, there's a day I remember I boarded the public means and I was going to work, and I sat. Hey, here we have matatu culture. Matatu culture is a 33-seater bus, and it's called matatu in our slang, and it's a culture with the we call them the new arrivals having music system. It's like a club, like day in day out. When you're going to work and going back home, if you call me when I'm in the bus, you'll think I'm in a club, but no, that's how Kenyans roll, going home and back and forth from work to any place when you're transiting and you're using public means. But also we do have the quiet buses, the ones that are just laid down. So I boarded. I sat at the driver's frontal area uh, seat, and the driver is somebody I knew for a long time. Even now we're still friends, and I know his family, his mother and the wife and children. So we were just catching up, and then I sat where he was, and then next to him, and then the seat next to the door was a passenger, a male passenger that I didn't know. But here's the thing, I was talking to my friend, the driver, and we were just talking, catching up, and all that. This dude, out of nowhere, decided to expose himself, remove his manhood, and struck him. I didn't notice it at that time. So we were just, I was talking to the driver and looking for, like, my attention was never at this guy. Then when he was alighting, when he reached his destination and he alighted, and the one of the touts wanted to sit on the empty seat. Now he has the vacant seat. That's when he touched the door and he touched the G's of this guy. Ugh, even remembering is just like creepy. And that's when we realized there's something like, whoa, this dude did this all the way and we didn't even notice what he was doing. And I was like, I was petrified and shocked that this person didn't have control to even have the decency to alight the bus reaching his destination and do his business maybe in a public toilet in a stall somewhere, or go home and do whatever he was doing, but did it in the car, in public, in a public car. And ooh, ugh. Even the we had to buy water from people who are hawking water. He sprayed the water, and I promised them when we reach my destination, the driver will have to alight so that I can alight from that side. I'm not going to touch that door at all. And I never boarded that bus ever again because it freaked me out. Like, a person, an adult, a full, and if I say, if you saw this guy on the street, he's a handsome guy. Now, which even mind blown, like, very, when you see him at first glance, very respectable, and you'll wonder, okay, wow, that's not my first encounter with creeps. The first I remember in high school, in not high school, college. Uh in one of the blocks for, it was a humanity block. That's when one of our lessons was being held, and I needed to use the ladies' room. Ha! I went to the ladies. I went to unfortunately or fortunately, it had 3 stalls. 2 stalls were out of order, so it was only one stall that was usable. So I went to that stall, and I was doing my own business. Something told me to look up, and when I looked up, from the next stall that was one of the broken down stalls, a guy was peeping. The stall separation didn't have like full wall to the ceiling, so he was peeping through the half, the the stall. And I was like, so he ducked out and thought I didn't see him, and I pretended I didn't see him for that time. I finished my business because I was there for my own personal business. Went out, washed my hands, then I kicked down that door and it hit him right on his face. And I told him, I'm giving you 1 second to come out, or you wait in there and I'll raise an alarm for the whole school to, like the whole block, to come and see a creep inside the bathroom. And you know, mob justice is not going to fare well with you. So he came out. When he came out, I held on his shirts and give him a little, we say a little greeting. So I slapped him and also punched him. And then I chased him out of the ladies. Coincidentally, the class that we were having was close by. So my classmates were outside. They had the commotion and came out and saw the guy coming out of the ladies. And then after chasing him out, I washed my hands, walked out, and everyone was like, what did you do? And I was like, that's a creep. And here's the thing, like, it's true, don't judge a book by its cover. These are 2 people I've seen who are handsome, they look able in society, but oof, yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. Because now, like, wow, that's like treacherous. Then I remember, like, I hear friends saying different issues they have had of people like walking in the streets and doing the craziest things. But I'm like, where did self-control go? Like those ones, like the one from the bathroom stall, that's a peeping tom. And usually if they don't get help from that uh, stalking people in the bathroom stalls and all that, sometimes some of them graduate to raping, and or even worse, become sadistic serial killers. And I'm like, okay, I think we have mental issues so much at this time of living. It's ridiculous. Like right now we're seeing how the cases that are going on in US about uh the mogul musician that used his influences, and now things are coming out of different people who are associated with him. And sometimes we're even seeing that government or uh, security officers uh, give a pass to such people, not thinking that it's a nuisance in society and these people need help. Like here in Africa, let's just come back home here in Kenya, and Africa in majority, seeking therapy and counseling was seen as, oh yeah, you're cuckoo, you're crazy. But it doesn't, until now, that's when you're seeing people like seeking help seriously, because of issues they're dealing with day to day. And if people seek help as much as that, I think we'll get better on how to tackle some things that we're doing. And whew, like I'm telling you, I remember, okay, and also it comes down also with how you're brought up with your parents. Were they strict or not? For me, like right now, I'll say drug wise, I've not experimented with all drugs, and it's a choice. I'm not a smoker. The first time I tried to smoke cigarette, I got a punishment of a life that made me hate smoking with passion. I did this with my friends when we were playing. I was around 10 years. We were playing on the playground, and then we found a blunt of cigarette that was not, didn't reach the filter. And we said, let's try it and see. For me, I was curious because I saw my dad smoking so much. So I was like, I need to know, like, I'm curious how he feels, like, what's the satisfaction of smoking. Without knowledge, I smoked and it choked me. I didn't even finish it, and we threw it, and we were like, I don't like that. That's it's making me hack. Now, because I didn't have knowledge that smoking cigarette has other effects, just not the ones that we know, like the smell, the stench of cigarette sticking to your clothes that you're wearing, and it doesn't go away. We didn't know that some people hid it by applying cologne or changing clothes or rubbing even soap, scented soap on your clothes so that the whiff can go away. So I didn't know that. And that's the day that my mom came home early. And me being happy mom has come home early from work, hugging her, and she got the whiff. That it goes, the smell of cigarette goes even to your hair. I don't know. I don't understand the chemistry of that, but it did. And she was like, huh, so this young lady has decided to start smoking. I'll teach her something that she'll never forget. So I was happy, and she was like, okay, okay. I've forgotten to buy something your dad had requested. Give me my, can you hand me my handbag? So me, happy, jovial, didn't know that I'm in trouble. Fetched a handbag, brought it to her. She took out money. Back then, a packet of cigarette was going for 100 shillings. So she took out 120 shillings, Kenyan shillings. And she was like, Dad requests me to buy him his packet of cigarettes. So you know his brand? Yeah, Embassy. He used to, I don't know what he does right now, but yeah, he used to smoke, like, Embassy was his go-to cigarette. And that time I was like, hey, mom is deciding to splurge on that, and it was like the most expensive one at that time. And she was like, and then this she gave me not 20 bob, it was 50 bob. So the change was to be my pocket money, saving or buy sweets and whatever to splurge on myself. Uh the 20 bob was to buy a full packet of matchsticks that has mini matchsticks, like 10 of them, but one packet was going for 20 bob, but 20 shillings for the 10 match boxes. So I was like, oh yeah, yes, it's normal for your parent to send you to the shop. I went to the shop, bought the cigarettes and the matchsticks and some sweets, and then saved the rest. Came back home. Here's when you know that you did the wrong thing. As I entered the door, the place that we used to live, it didn't have a back door. It would only had one entrance door and one exit door, the same one. I entered the door. All of a sudden, my mom was behind the door and she locked it. She closed it very fast and then locked it. And I was like, okay, that was weird. Here you go. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at the living room table, coffee table. My mom had fetched the ashtray my dad uses when he has company, and it was there. So I was like, okay, has dad also come home early? And she was like, no, 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 come here and sit, like calmly. And in my mind, I didn't do anything wrong, and she doesn't know I did something wrong. So she was like, okay, so now there's somebody in this house has decided to be smoking. That's when my mind was just trying to put two and two, and nothing, the math was not mathing. And I didn't even realize I was the one who was in trouble. So somebody has decided to start smoking. And since she sees herself as a grown person, and that's when it hit me like, who told you? Huh? And she was like, so this packet is for you, and these are your matchsticks. If you don't know how to light it up, you have all the 10 matchboxes to get it right. I was speechless. And then I was, no, she was like, you're not getting up from that seat until you finish this whole packet. Now my memory was like, that small blood. And I was hacking like crazy, and I did only one puff. And here I am being given a whole packet of 10 cigarettes to smoke all of them until they're done. And I know for sure after they are done, I'm going to get a whooping of a life. So I was like, no, mom, I can't. I tried it and it really made me cough a lot. I was in pain. No, 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 no. You tried it on your own. Now you're going to try it in front of me. Yeah. African parents. Yeah. So the first, so I had to, like with shaking fingers, put the cigarette, light it up. Woo, the first puff, again hacking. I was hacking so bad. I was not even coughing, I was hacking. It was like coming from my diaphragm out, hacking. And that one puff, I was like, Mom, I can't. I can't do it. I am sorry. I'll never do it again. You'll never see me, or you never hear of me smoking cigarettes. And to date, I'm not. Even vaping, I tried it and I was like, ugh, nah, not for me. Shisha, yeah, it burns my eyes. So, nah. So, I think even some things that I see nowadays, how kids are being treated by their parents and all that. Not saying that they're bad parenting, but our parents, the way they parented us, made the people we are today in society. It made us good, even though you hated it, it worked somehow. It worked, and the beatings, like the firstborns, the beatings we have had on all my siblings, we're only three. I'm the one who has been beaten the most, and it's not because of the uh, canine one. No, I was the experiment child for parenting. So the beating, up to date, there are some things, even right now, we laugh with my mom. We sit down and then remember some things, and I'm like, yeah, you beat me for it. And she laughs sometimes, and it's not a joke. We experience, like firstborns, we experience it extremely to some point. We even, there's a time we were just laughing, like, there's a time you're being beaten until you're thinking that you are adopted to this family, and then you look at your features, you say, oh, oh no, I'm from this family, but why am I beaten like I'm not part of parcel of this family? It's extreme. It was extreme, but it had a lesson, because even some bombastic eyes we got, and you'll stop whatever you're doing even if you didn't know what you're doing was wrong. you get shaped up for the society and for the world. It helped us also to cope with the world that we are living in right now. And also, we are getting a culture shock of some things that are happening right now. And you're like, wow, yeah. So back to the topic, I diverted a little bit. Self-control, if people, not even, it gets me wondering, if people are not getting it at home or from their partners, and they opt to do it in the public means car, just because you hear somebody speaking and you think their voice is enticing you, or you see somebody, their outfit just makes you happy down there. Yeah, I'm just perplexed about that. Um, so yeah, it's crazy, but it's the world that we live in. But I'm just hoping that we live in the world that we have more and more self-control and respect for people, because not everyone will be amused by that. If I saw it and then I raised an alarm, it can even turn out to be tragic, because that's now that one, some people will say he's a rapist or something of the sort. And i'm I'm not for mob justice. If I see a crowd gathering and they say they've caught a thief, I go the other way, because I don't want that blood on my hands. Because now, even sometimes we hear even police take their time to come and rescue somebody who has been caught by the mob. But I even think sometimes we are getting cases for the blood some people have taken of during mob justice, and some people are maybe innocent, and you participated in the act of taking their life, and it's crazy. um like right now, it's like we are turning into the point of, most of us are becoming ships, sorry to say. um we do like trends. We want all, like, to compete for the same trend. We don't uh accept individuality and being unique on yourself. You yourself being you. You can hear music and dance and you express yourself in the different ways. It doesn't have to be the same. Like, people are becoming more zombies as we are continuing on. Like, one starts, and if they did the wrong thing, you're still continuing the trend, and you're like, wait a minute. We have been told lies and lies again until it has become the current truth, forgetting that it was a lie. That's why I'm saying, at this point, we're turning out to be like sheep. We don't do our research. We don't want to stand up, you as an individual, and shout it out like, that's wrong, or we need to change. But yeah, change comes from within. It doesn't come from, it can be also influenced from outside the uh, situations, but the change starts from yourself. So that's all I can say for today. And on to the comments. Anel, hi, welcome. Anel Mikel Jr. Dodgers or Yankees World Series. Whew, that's American sport. I have no knowledge of baseball. I just know there's baseball, and that's it. Carlos Jr., welcome. Sigma. I think you're talking about sororities, but nah. Raju Kumar, video. Okay, I'm not getting what you're saying. Carlos, yeah, the laughs, the experience of, whew, yeah. Sonu, open what? But anyway, that's all I had for today. Until Tuesday next week. Come back, same time. Sometimes it changes. Same place. It's the same place. and same person. I'll work on having guests and maybe have discussions with different people, but that's a work in progress. But hey, you hear about my rambles. Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't help, maybe it entertains. Yeah. Until next time, bye.